Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and today is day 27 of Scrap Timber 2022. And I've combined it with Stash Dive Tuesday so that I can get some of the stash that's been collecting around my desk bashed and used. So I originally started this layout and I was going to use it for the 6x6 paper pad. So I pulled this Jen Hadfield, The Simple Life, and this Stampin' Up! Gold and silver or silver and gold 6x6 specialty papers. It's not a pad, but I felt like it would be okay. However, I ended up pulling a bunch of other different things in, so decided to use it for a stash dive on Tuesday and added in some different metals. And this is why I wanted to use the Jen Hadfield collection, because I'm documenting this picture of my daughter who just taught herself how to ride a bike when she was like 16 or something like that, 16 or 17. So I figured I would do the mixed metals, and so that's why I brought the Stampin' Up! Papers in, because there's silver and gold in there, as well as gold in this collection. And then I also brought in these little metallic gears that I got at Paper Studio, and then I have these Paper Studio stickers that have some gold in it as well. And then I have some different ephemera. This is from Chamel. This is from, let's see, some of this is from The Happiness and Sunshine is Paige Evans Wonders. The little girl on the bike in that envelope is from Jen Hadfield's Live and Let Grow. And the other two are from Echo Park's New Day. So I brought in a few little bits from all sorts of places. So I have my papers, my ephemera, my stickers, the paper pads, this super cute picture. So let's see how this goes. So the first thing I did was I pull out the pink paper that's back there is from the paper pad from the Reaching Out collection. And then this paper that I'm trimming now came out of that Jen Hadfield The Simple Life 6x6 paper pad. And it's got the bikes on it. And I know I already have bicycles, but this way I'm just using a little bit more and adding just a little. You can see like the little tires sticking out behind the picture. And I love that. And plus, I really don't have pictures. My son never wanted to really learn how to ride a bike. He got too frustrated with it, so he did scootering. And so I really don't need the bicycle paper for much. So I thought this was the perfect time. Plus, I still have a whole 12 by 12 because that bicycle paper is a scrap. So yes, I'm keeping with using my scraps. So I take this silver paper and I'm going to tear it just because the torn part's going to be tucked under, so it doesn't matter. And I put it down at the bottom. I do leave a little of the pink at the very bottom. And so it just has that little strip at the bottom there. And then I'm going to put this other piece of 6x6 that I tore of the silver right next to it. And then I'm going to put down, just by taping the bottom, I'm going to put the bicycle paper right on top of that to where it's covered. And you can only see a straight line of that white and silver paper. And then I have this other one, looks just like the silver, but it's gold. And I'm going to do the exact same thing except the opposite and tuck it at the top and meet them in the middle because they are 6x6. They cover the full 12-inch span. And yes, you can see that where they come together, but I'm going to fix it with the branding strip I cut off of the top of this bicycle paper. Have these cute sunshines, and I thought that was really cute. Obviously it matches, and it'll get one more little scrap off of my desk. So I thought I might put the picture right in the center, but I decided to put it over to the left, and that I would decorate around it and not fully fill in the bicycle side because it kind of disproves the point of me using the bicycle paper if you can barely see it, right? So I'm just placing some things down. Pardon me, I am still getting over my sinus infection, and no, not on the 27th. I'm recording this on the 5th. So don't panic. I've not been sick all month. I've just been like on a roll this weekend getting these videos done beforehand. So I did not stay sick for an entire month, I promise. So I am putting everything down in the general idea of where I want to put it. And I am having some of those items separated because The colors in these collections don't necessarily match exactly, but they work well with that bicycle paper. And so I felt like as long as they weren't like right on top of each other, it would work perfectly fine. I'm not super, I don't want to use that word. I'm not super picky about colors being identical and exact, but some colors just don't need to be right next to each other. If they're very, very similar, but not similar enough kind of thing. So like the shirt that the girl on the bike is wearing is not necessarily compatible with that sticker or that embellishment that says all I need is sunshine and fresh air that came from the New Day collection. So I'm just going to have them a little separated, and I think it looks good. I like the way this layout turned out. It's really fun. I got to use stuff from like multiple collections and paper pads, and so that makes me happy. Normally, what they do with Stash Dive Tuesday is you only use a couple of things from each collection. And for the most part, I stuck with that. I did use a few more embellishments from the sticker book from this, or from the project pad from this collection. But for the most part, everything I only use 2 or less. So 2 things from the New Day collection, 2 things from the Jen Hadfield Live and Let Grow collection, only 1 thing from Chamel, and only 1 thing from Paige Evans Wonders. And then the rest of everything is mostly from the Jen Hadfield Reaching Out sticker book. My dog is determined to get his little funny sound he makes in every video these days. I'm using tea dye to tap around and kind of give a little differentiation on this You Are My Sunshine. And that is a song I used to sing my daughter when she was little, so I wanted to bring this card in. That's why I was a little bit flexible with the colors not being exact. But I like the way that it looks, and the floral arrangement I used to tuck behind it actually looks like it goes really well with it, in my opinion. So I ink around this surprise little envelope, and the reason that I'm using that, because I had looked at a couple other things from this collection that would have fit well with this as well, but she took off on a scooter with my niece who was riding her bike, and when they came back, she was on the bike and she had never ridden her bike before. We tried to teach her when she was younger, but we just didn't live in a place that had a really great sidewalk for learning how to ride your bike. And so she just taught herself one day and rode back up the street on the bike. So it was a surprise for sure. And so I have these cute little Paper Studio gears, and they're real thin, but they are metallic, and they're so neat. And I moved this one in multiple places. Everywhere I put it next to the bike and next to this little surprise thing, it's like right in line with the other one that I've tucked in underneath the word look. And so I decided I wanted to tuck it in above that surprise envelope, kind of like tuck it behind the little flap. And that worked perfect, and I love the way that looked. It didn't make it look like I was trying to line it up with that one underneath the word look. And that one fit over there perfectly because it's right under that word and tucked in just a smidge underneath that happiness and sunshine, which I popped up on some foam tape, just so it would give a little dimension, especially since the word look is puffy. It's like a thicker. And so I knew that if I didn't put that happiness and sunshine up on some foam tape, it would just kind of disappear. So I got that, and then I get out my stickles in goldenrod and then the silver, and I put 1 dot of each of them in 3 different places. And then I have Pops of Color by scrapbook.com. And mind you, if you've never opened yours before, once you take the plastic off, there's a little red thing inside you got to take off. I was like, why is this not coming out? Yeah. So I took that off and put 1 drop and it's copper. So I have a copper drop, a gold, and a silver in all 3 of the little places that I've made little dollops. And then I pull the sticker book out, I add this little word bubble, speech bubble says, I think you're amazing. That's really me saying that to her more than anything, but the way I kind of have it on there, it looks like that little girl saying it to her, whoever, but that's okay. And then I take this little smiley face with the sunglasses, although she doesn't have sunglasses on, she does have glasses, but who cares, with the heart glasses, and I put that right next to the happiness and sunshine. There's a little gold flower I put up by the look. I did use a wild and free sticker that is a clear sticker, came from the Stickabilities sticker set, and I put that down there on the left side. I add some word phrases down there on the left side, kind of staggered, and then I also put those little heart glasses with the florals that match the two sets of florals that are down on the bottom. And that is it. I really love the way this turned out. Normally, Stash Dive Tuesday is not as exciting for me because I'm so boring. But my goal was to get 5 different collections and bring them to the table. And I did. I exceeded what I wanted, and I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. I used a new product, those pops of color. I hadn't used those before, and I really love how this ended up looking, and I just love her face. It makes me giggle. And there's that little floral, that blue floral, and that of course matches the collection, and I think in that blue floral right there underneath the sunshine, I love that too, and it helps bring that blue all over the layout. So that is it. I hope you all go below into the description box where the list of all of the hoppers for Stash Dive Tuesday will be listed, as well as the playlist for Scrap Timber, and you can go and hop for hours and hours. So I hope to see you all tomorrow. Have a great night and happy scrapping.